In today's video, we're going to be talking about how Dana and the UFC promised Islam the title shot against Islam if he vacated the featherweight belt, which is what he did. Ilia has literally just come out revealing that the UFC and Dana promised him a title shot at lightweight if he vacated his belt at featherweight, which is what he has done in the last month. Just last week we seen Islam come out saying that he would not fight Ilia without improving himself at lightweight first. This does not make sense compared to what Ilia has just said. Why would Ilia have said that he was promised the title shot if he vacated the featherweight belt if Islam is saying he won't fight him unless he proves himself? One of them must be lying. Some people might not want to believe it, but this has likely happened where the UFC and Dana have told Ilia that if he vacated the featherweight belt, he would get that title shot. And now Islam is saying that he needs to prove himself. And this is fair enough from Islam, considering that Islam, most of his defences are against featherweights. Even in Charles Oliveira, that is an ex-featherweight, moved lightweight. Even though Charles Oliveira is the third best lightweight of all time, that is still a fact. Ilia seems to think that Islam is scared of him and ducking him. I do not think this is the case. I think Islam knows that Ilia is a threat, but he also knows that his whole resume consists of featherweights and lightweights that Khabib has also beat. He needs some new blood in his resume and some new names. But if the UFC did promise Ilia the title shot and they're not going to do that, that is disgraceful to do to an ex-champion and the featherweight champion at the time, who would have only vacated that belt on the condition that you were giving him the title shot in the first place. But this brings hope in the Ilia and the Islam matchup, because if they did promise Ilia this matchup, then this makes it so much more likely to happen. Because why would Ilia vacate his belt if he was not promised the lightweight title in the matchup against Islam? And if you look at the lightweight division right now, there isn't many fights. There's Islam versus Arman, and that's it. No one wants the Oliveira rematch, especially not now, especially not with Arman and Ilia in the mix. We do not need that Oliveira rematch. And it's the biggest fight money-wise and hype-wise. It's bigger than Arman, money-wise and hype-wise, and it's bigger than Oliveira rematch because it's the first fight, and Ilia has the chance of KOing Islam, which only one person has done before. Whoever wins this fight will undoubtedly become the biggest star in the UFC, and they will also become pound for pound number one. This means the UFC can market this fight as a pound for pound number one fight, just like they marketed Islam vs Volk 1. This is bigger than Arman fight. This is bigger than an Oliveira fight. They can market this as a pound for pound number one fight, just like Volk Islam 1, bringing more hype and fans to this matchup. And Arman and Oliveira don't even speak English. Arman does. Oliveira don't even speak English. Ilia and Islam both do. Imagine the press conference. Imagine it right now. Smirky Islam in the corner and Ilia saying, "Oh yeah, KO in one." Just chatting shit the whole time, mate, saying, "Who's Joe? Who's Joe?" The Islam vs Ilia fight is the biggest fight right now. It may even be bigger than Tom Aspinall, John Jones. And the UFC is being abhorrent for not making this fight as soon as possible. But let's get into the breakdown for this fight. Who will win? Ilia versus Islam. Ilia has shown to start slowly in the first couple of rounds, and Islam has insane defense. We saw this in the Poirier and the Volk fight, with him defending and blocking so many of Poirier and Volk's punches and kicks with his guard. Islam is so hard to hit, and the threat of the takedown makes it even worse to be on the feet with him. Islam has never faced someone with the knockout power of Ilia Topuria. And the fact is, the knockout power will translate just like it will at featherweight to lightweight. If anything, he'll be faster than the lightweights. He'll just be as powerful and he'll be more durable than he would be at featherweight. So if anything, this is an advantage for Ilia. Ilia has amazing boxing combinations and a very, very powerful punches, but one of his main tools in the stand-up is his leg kicks. He has very, very quick and precise and strong leg kicks. He needs to use these to attack Islam's lead leg to limit his movement. This will stop Islam's takedowns. Ilia needs to go out there from the first round using his leg kicks and his body kicks and the explosivity and the featherweight skill that he will have and the newfound durability that he will have to pressure Islam, keep up with the leg kicks and the body kicks, limiting Islam's movement, not letting Islam get the takedowns. And this is without even talking about Ilia's grappling game. He submitted Bryce Mitchell, who was touted as the Outback Khabib for his wrestling, and he submitted him in the second round. Ilia is no slouch on the ground. He has amazing sprawls and a low centre of gravity that will help him defend the takedowns against Islam. Ilia needs to focus on the body punches and the body kicks. He needs to focus on the body. This will help decrease Islam's conditioning. Islam has one of the best conditions we've seen at lightweight. This is due to him training with Khabib and the Daggies. Ilia never uses long combinations. He keeps them short and sweet and explosive. This will help him against Islam because it will give Islam less opportunity to strike back or even get the takedown in between. Poirier has very, very good sprawls. We've seen this in the Bryce Mitchell fight. And he's very, very good at getting back on his feet. And he's very, very patient. This is why I am slightly leaning towards Ilia in this fight, because Islam's striking is good, but the fact is, without the threat of the takedown, he does not have top 10 level striking in the division, whereas Ilia has top 10 level striking, or well over that, and top 10 level grappling. I think we're going to see Ilia come out slow in the first round, getting some leg kicks, feeling Islam out, maybe getting caught by some good punches, some body kicks. We'll maybe even see a close head kick. I think we're going to see Islam struggle to get takedowns on Topuria, but we will see Islam trip him up with maybe a heel trip. The myriad of other trips he has in his arsenal. This is because Topuria ain't as used to this as normal takedowns. We have seen this work in the Poirier fight, where Poirier admitted to knowing what that was, but he just did not expect that, especially that late into the fight. That's why Islam is one of the best at mixing it up at the moment in the UFC, and he has one of the best expressions of martial arts in human history. But so does Ilia. I believe we will see Islam land some good strikes on Ilia, some good kicks, maybe even land some takedowns, maybe even threaten some submissions, but I think we'll see Ilia survive on the ground, do well on the ground, and we will see him get back up to his feet and start lighting up Islam, and I think it will end in a late round 3 KO by Ilia. Latest early round 4 KO. I'm picking Ilia round 3 KO. Like and subscribe for more. Tell me what you think. Is Ilia the one to beat Islam? Is he the chosen warrior to defeat